Hello my dear students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Neha. In today's video, I am going to tell you about translation studies. With each year, the competition for NTA UGC NET examination is increasing, and it is increasing so much so that we are not able to look out or scout for authentic books, authentic theories. There is such a sharp shift from paper being easy to moderate and from entirely being unknown. So in that context, let us talk about and touch upon translation studies. Translation, the word means to carry across. What to carry across? While we were being colonized, or the colonized countries, there was this variation of language. Hindi speaking people did not know English, vice versa happened. And as a result of which, there were the varieties of language that were developed. So translation is one of those varieties of language. It's a model of understanding the language. So what happened is, when the translations take place, translation, to carry across, does not only mean the conversion or the conversion from one language to the other language, but I tell you, when a work is translated, its culture, its ideology, its intention, all gets translated. So translation studies is not merely the translation of from one language to other language, rather it has some serious cultural undertones. So that is why I call it as the extension of the cultural studies. Cultural studies, when we see that one culture dominates the other culture, there is the concept of power and hegemony. In translation studies, because the essence of the one work gets translated into the essence of the other work in the other work written by some other translator. For example, the poetry of Faiz Ahmad Faiz or the poetry of Rabindranath Tagore. We study the translated version. Rabindranath Tagore's poetry is translated into English from the authentic Bengali language. So translation as a concept is not merely the conversion or to get across, but it's a much deeper concept, where we have concepts like foreignization and domestication, where we have theories like the Scopus theory, and where we have many literary theories. Even Roman Jacobs and Ferdinand de Saussure played a vital part in understanding the importance of a language. And once the language and the varieties and the scope, aim, objective of a language as a subject is understood, translation studies become very important. Yes, today it is the extension of the cultural studies. Translation not only gives you the global space, but translation is the cultural exchange. When I say this thing, when our Bhagavad Gita was translated, when our cultural sacred texts, they were translated, English people got to know about our belief system, that our superstitious belief system, or our belief system, or our morals or values we get from these texts, why they exist. So the cultural exchange took place with the inauguration of the translation studies. And translation had been there. It has its own history, it has its own emergence, but it has its roots in the linguistics, when the precedence or the importance of the language was understood. We cannot study Shakespeare in its authentic form because it is written in Old English language. We need to understand Shakespeare by converting or translating it into the modern English language. Same way, we cannot understand Bengali as a North Indian. We cannot understand Bengali poetry written by Rabindranath Tagore. We have to understand the translated version of it in Hindi or in English. So translation does not only mean conversion, but translation has a more important vital role to play. And here I am with another good news, that yes, on my YouTube channel, I am going to take up two most tricky topics for NTA UGC NET June cycle examination. And what are those two topics? First is the translation studies, and second will be phonetics, because approximately 6 to 10 questions have been asked from the unit linguistics, as the result of which phonetics. So it becomes very much important for us to touch upon these tricky topics. In the upcoming week, we will be deliberating upon translation studies and phonetics. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel, because on this YouTube channel, these two literary concepts will be covered in detail. So please share this channel. If you are new to my channel, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell button so you get the new updates On our YouTube channel, we have successfully completed unit linguistics. And because there is a need to deliberate upon the concept of phonetics in depth, we will carry on that. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Translation studies is important because it is the extension of the cultural studies. It's a part of cultural studies, just like queer studies, just like media studies, just like gender studies. So translation studies is important, and translation studies video will be bonus for UPPSC GDC students. Why? Because their unit 10th is translation studies itself, and we will touch upon all the important topics given in their syllabi. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel till the time I come up with a full video of translation studies. This is Dr. Neha, your educator for NTA UGC NET examination, wishing you all the very best as you prepare.